Welcome back, everybody. This is PG here, and this is going to be part 46 of our Dark Souls 2 walkthrough. Just real quick, in this area, we just beat the little dagger-wielding invader. He was pretty cool. I think you see him once more in the game. I really don't remember. Anyway, just real quick, going to show you a little secret here. In this playthrough, it should be obvious by now that I'm not getting every item, and I'm not going through the game trying to get everything, even to include the Estus shards. I'm really just giving you guys a walkthrough so you can see every area, and you can see pretty much how the game's played, decent strategies and concepts on how to beat bosses. That being said, I showed you just real quick how to get the Avalon because I think I'm going to end up using it later against a different boss. That being said, we are still in the same area. I do a little bit of wandering in this episode, mainly because I really forgot. I forgot the little the guys that come out of the statues. They carry the sword Blue Flame, and I think they're Chandlers of some kind. I can't really remember what their names are, but I completely forgot that there's a shitload of them up here. And regardless of whether or not I stop somebody from ringing a bell, which summons a lot more of them, I would prefer to have a distraction with me, and of course by distraction I mean a friend. And that guy's basically going to act as the lure. And these guys are pretty cool. This was just something that I had heard that I'm not even 100% on if it's true or not. But basically, in Dark Souls 1, there was a group of individuals that thought it would be pretty funny if they rocked dual Havel shields, or really just any two shields at all. It was a pretty crazy concept, especially in a game where most people that PvP take PvP rather seriously. So that being said, these little group of guys and their sweet little PvP shields, great shield weapon attacks and everything like that kind of piqued people's interests. There's been YouTube videos about the little shield dudes and everything they do. And I wouldn't go as far as to say that it inspired those characters, but I will point out that those characters only appear in this one location in the entirety of the game. There's only two of them, and they drop you everything they have. And I've even seen some shield builds on Dark Souls 2. So whether or not that's true, or if it's just something that the fans have kind of made up, I'm not sure. But either way, I think it's pretty cool. So anyway, we are gonna hop down here. We have our distraction. I'm glad to see he has a shield. He's going to need it. My sole mission right now is to try to find the guy who is ringing the bell. Even though he's already rang the bell, we don't want him to do that shit anymore. Our weapon seems really good for what it's worth. I'm surprised actually that the falchion has carried us this far into the game, but then again, I'm a mage basing my weapon strength off of my intelligence, which kind of, surprises me that, more people haven't done this. But it's just one of those things that I guess you just kind of have to accept. Anyway, this area, I would say it's one of the cooler areas in Dark Souls 2, but I wouldn't want to discredit the area by saying that the boss is a little overdone. You'll see the boss fight later, but I don't want to ruin it for anybody or anything like that. So we will drop that topic for now and pick up a much more exciting topic. The Dark Souls 2 DLC is finally out. I believe it's called like Sunken Crown or some shit like that. So I've played it very briefly, mainly just to kind of see if the game itself is playable and to see what the opening looks like, just so I can kind of give you guys a heads up. And it's not disappointing. The opening area starts you off in a nice dark area, and it really does make you a little worried about what's to come. But all in all, I really do feel like the DLC is going to be very rewarding. I had a post about this earlier, and for anybody that doesn't really keep up with the posts, there is, in one of the very, very opening areas in the DLC, there is a Catarina helm, and you find it just in a random treasure chest. So, I really don't know how I feel about that, to be honest. A part of me feels like that's bullshit, and another part of me thinks it's awesome. Now, the reason why I think it's bullshit is because the Catarina Armor set, I have a video on it, is very difficult to get. It takes your time, it takes your bonfire aesthetics, and it really does try your patience. And I couldn't agree more with the fact that some armor sets in this game seem really hard to get, really improbable to get. But that's what makes it that much better when you finally do get them. I have multiple builds in this game that rock one or two pieces of the Catarina armor. The reason why I think this is also really awesome is because the Onion Head Bro, kind of a guild that there used to be in Dark Souls 1 PvP, might show its face again. I don't know. I know that out of everybody that's, purchased Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2, a lot of them might not purchase the DLC. The game designers were very disappointed in the sell rate of Dark Souls 1 DLC. Which, it happens. It's one of those things you kind of can't avoid. But moreover, I would say I think it's pretty cool that they've already brought out DLC. I think they brought it out at the perfect timing, to be honest. The issue with Dark Souls 1 DLC wasn't that it wasn't good. Dark Souls 1 was an amazing game. I've played it about a million fucking times. And the DLC is amazing as well. The issue was the hype of the game and the critical play rate of the game, where you had the most people playing. At that time, there was no DLC. So some people got bored and they moved on. What they've done in Dark Souls 2 is they've capitalized on it. There are so many goddamn people playing this game right now. So many that you can get a summon anywhere, anytime, Monday through Friday, which is ridiculous because most people, play on weekends and things like that because they have jobs. But I'm still amazed at the number of people that still keep up and play. But more importantly, what still impresses me right now is that they got this DLC out pretty much at the perfect time. So, just real quick, stepping away from that, we have the Grave Warden to summon. He's going to be our little buddy here. And this fight does not go my way. It's one of those things where I focused way too heavily on being a mage and didn't help my own friends out. So, you guys can watch and enjoy that. But back on the subject of the DLC. So far, so good. I haven't run across any glitches, It does not look very rushed. It introduces a different concept to the game, which is really fun. I will say so far the only criticism I have of the DLC is that ominous Catarina helm drop. I don't know if it's for the good or for the bad. A part of me wants to say, fuck yes, we're gonna see Siegmeyer again and that we're in his homeland. And another part of me just kind of thinks they just threw it in there just to kind of confuse you at the beginning of this this DLC. So there's really no telling. Honestly, it's kind of fun to not know. But more importantly, let's go ahead and focus on this fucker. Alright, Velstad. Basically, he is the bodyguard slash advisor to the king. That's King Vendrick, not somebody from the DLC or anything like that. So basically this is Vendrick's best friend slash bodyguard. And he is here to protect the body of the king. You know, that's good for him. I don't know. The reason why earlier I said I think this boss is overdone is that, as you can see, he carries with him a giant fucking bell, and it is a bell. You'll notice that when he hits shit, it kind of makes that little ring noise. Now, the issue with this fight, I guess, and why I say it's kind of overdone, is because he is a fast-moving, heavy weapon, wide-swinging opponent that has a buff. He's basically a PvP nightmare, and he's also one hell of a boss to try to fight on your own. So that being said, it's really rough to fight this guy by yourself. It's rough to fight this guy with friends. If you don't have somebody helpful in the fight, you might as well walk away. As you can see, he has a huge hitbox with that weapon. There goes half my health for pretty much a one-shot kill. I'm sure that would have killed me even if I did have full health. But yeah, it's just one of those bosses where if you PvP a lot, chances are you'll have a little bit of an edge in the battle. But if you don't PvP and you go into this and kind of think of him as just another boss, you're probably going to get fucked up. He is always one of the bosses that annoys me and gives me trouble, mainly because he has so much goddamn health that treating it like a PvP match doesn't really help me. Because most of the time in PvP, you know, your standard PvP match lasts what? Somewhere between a minute and 2 minutes, if that. So, even though we lost to the boss, we have our little shortcut here, which is great. But yeah, like I was saying, Velstad is, I think he's a little overplayed. But all in all, I do love that there's stronger, tougher bosses. I love that they didn't cheap out and make there be like 2 bosses and you just kind of have to kill the both of them. Kind of like earlier in the game when I had to kill the red dragon rider and the black dragon rider. That shit was kind of lame. I think it would have been cool if there was like a golden dragon rider and he was like a fucking boss character, you know? But I don't know, that's just me. I guess that fight gave a lot of people trouble just because there's, you know, 2 people that you have to fight. But all in all, I don't think it's that bad. These Cyan Knights are pretty fucking cool. I'll give them that. Really fucking annoying. They're definitely someone that you want to backstab. What else? Their weapons have great tracking, which is unfortunate. They have decent poise. The swordsmen have a really cool electric move that you do not want to get hit in the face with. What else can I tell you about these guys? That great shield, they mainly hit you with it. These guys don't really block very much. They're either walking around or swinging at you. They don't really sit there and just hide behind their shields, because there is that new guard break feature in Dark Souls 2. So the game designers really did have to cut back on enemies, you know, hiding behind their shields. And I cannot explain to you how awesome it feels to use that Soul Greatsword sometimes. That shit is just fucking cool. That's that move we really don't want to get hit by. I'm not even really sure if you have that weapon, can you do that attack? I really have no idea. I have plenty of characters that have that weapon. But for all the PvP I've done, I've never seen anyone use that. So I'm thinking you can't. That's just going to be my running theory on that. But I don't know. Maybe that'll be something I try, figure out, and put in one of the PvP videos. As you guys may have noticed in the channel, we have a shitload of Dark Souls, and that's because it's an amazing game. But at the same time, I also want to give you guys different things, whether it be a new series like our Wolf Among Us series, or just random fun games like Goat Simulator and Pacific Rim. But I'm really looking forward to throwing out a bunch of new games onto the channel. Of course, it will take time because, of course, nothing's free. But I don't know. If you guys have ideas for games that you really think or, you know, feel strongly that we should play or give a chance, just go ahead, let us know. And I will say it is important to have Grave Warden Ogdane in this fight. It doesn't seem to matter whether he survives the fight or not, but it is important for him to be there. So we're coming close to the end of this episode, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Like I said earlier, new content to come. Things have been getting kind of hectic, so the uploading might not be very dependable. But please, as always, guys, hope you guys like the video. Thanks for watching. This is PG. See you guys in the next episode.